Nice! Ba-na-ba-na-ba-na-ba-na-na-na. Hey guys! Welcome to another episode of From Pixels to Plastic. I'm your host, Pixel Dan. You know, Mega Man here has been one of my favorite game franchises ever since I was a kid. And it's great that the Blue Bomber has made a return in this 8-bit form with games like Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10. Because in my opinion, these 8-bit games here are the best of the franchise. But Mega Man 9 and 10 on the consoles isn't the only place that Mega Man has been making a comeback. Japanese toy company Kotobukiya has obtained the license to release brand new model figures based off of the original Mega Man series. As soon as I saw that there were brand new Mega Man figures coming out based off of this original look, I knew that I had to have this thing in my collection. But does this thing really live up to the hype? Well, why don't we open this guy up and take a look at him. Kotobukiya is generally known for making higher-end collectibles, such as statue pieces. And this new Mega Man figure isn't really on the cheap side. Being an import from Japan, the retail price for this figure in the US is $39.99. So it may not be for everyone. But the photos of this made it look like it had potential to be the best version of our hero that has ever been produced in plastic. So I splurged. The figure comes inside a large box, and when opening it up, you find several plastic trees holding together all of the pieces, as well as a sheet of instructions. Now the instructions of course are in Japanese, but there are plenty of pictures to help you put the figure together. Now there are a lot of small parts, and it will take a little bit of time to put the whole figure together, but it's fairly easy to build. It's a snap-together model, so no glue or paint is needed. The figure is already fully painted, and clicks right together. It's very similar to those old Bandai model figure kits that I talked about way back in episode 2. Now there are a few included decals, like the E for the included energy tank accessory. Now these are not stickers, they're actually decals, the kind you have to cut with scissors and then get wet and try to perfectly position in place. And I'm terrible at it. As you can see, I ruined the E on mine. I wasn't real happy about it, and I feel that stickers would have worked out so much better than decals like this. I hate decals. Alright, so our Mega Man figure is fully built. So let's take a look at what all we get. First of all, this figure is highly articulated with lots of joints, so there are a number of amazing poses you can position him in. You can recreate poses from the games, you can get running poses or battle stances. You can even get this awesome pose where Rock is holding his arm cannon. This makes this figure the most posable Mega Man toy we have ever been given, at least to my knowledge. The figure perfectly captures that classic look of Mega Man, all the way down to the look on his face. And if you don't like this particular look, well, you can change it. That's right, Mega Man includes interchangeable faces. That way you can get a happy look, or just a standard face, or even an angry face. There are even a few blank eye pieces and some more of those nasty decals if you want to try and make your own extra eyes to match up with the faces for even more options. The face isn't the only thing you can swap out. Mega Man also has multiple interchangeable hands. Of course, you've got his arm cannon, which can go on either arm you decide to plug it onto. But you also get 4 hands on top of that, 2 fists, and 2 open hands. You can combine these any way that you wish to get a multitude of different posing options. The open hand even has a small slot in the palm, which allows him to hold on to that energy tank we already talked about earlier. The last accessory included is a pair of blasts that can plug right into his arm cannon. This allows you to display your Mega Man as if he's firing his basic shots, or even firing a Mega Buster. So, thus far, this figure has a lot of good going for it. But unfortunately, I now must point out the negatives. Here's the first thing that bothers me. Remember how we had to peel all of the pieces for the figure off of those plastic trees? Well, as a result, there are little blemishes all over the figure where the parts were connected. And looking at the figure up close, they are really noticeable. I tried cutting most of them down the best I could, but it still leaves little white notches all over the figure, and it really bugs me. It's also worth noting that the figure fits together a little loosely. There's a good chance that every time you go to pose him, a piece is gonna fall off somewhere. It's near impossible to move him around without at least his hands or his arms falling off and you having to plug them back in again. I was hoping that the parts would fit together a little more tightly, as I don't think I really had this problem with the old Bandai model figures, so I'm really not sure what's going on with this one. Now, even with those issues, there's no denying that this is still a really cool-looking Mega Man figure. He's got a great design, and there are a lot of really good ideas here with his posability and many display options. However, those few problems that I mentioned are disappointing. I honestly feel that between those two issues, the figure would have been a lot better if it were not a model at all, and just a standard action figure instead. If that were the case, then he would probably be perfect. He does still look really cool on my shelf though, I'll admit. And Kotobukiya already announced that 2 more figures are following: Mega Man's sister Roll, and his brother Proto Man. Now I may end up splurging for Proto Man when he is released since I'm a fan of the character, but at $40 a piece, I'm not so sure I can really collect this line fully. Especially with the issues they seem to have. Now if you're interested in checking this figure out for yourself, you can find him online by doing some searching. He'll probably be listed under Rockman instead of Mega Man, so make sure you keep that in mind. Overall, I feel he's a fantastic design with a lot of potential to be the best Mega Man figure ever. But the few flaws prevent him from being just that. Until next time.